people in the house.
This is New Year with Ado Veli Podcast, playing Kenyan music.
Mambo vipi everyone, my name is Pesh and you're tuned in to the Kenyan #1 music podcast, #Ado Veli Podcast. And as you can see, I'm joined by Ado Veli and we have a guest as usual. Welcome to season 4, episode 2.
Yo, Mambo VP everyone. I go by the name Ado Veli and as always, we serve you nothing but the best of Kenyan music. And season 4 is more about interacting with the artists that we play on Ado Veli Podcast. Last time, tukiwa Ngara tuliakelea kazi. So they had to invite us again and we are back with the bang. This time we have the man himself. I'll let him introduce himself and you get to know more about him as we get along.
Okay, I go by the name of Jaydonthedayone, producer, artist, visual artist also. Yeah.
Sawa, let's go back to our previous season, that is season 3. And sikumbuki kama ni episode 2 or 3 we played your track Looks. And as per the feedback mimi nilipata, people actually love the track. What inspired it? What basically inspired you to write the track Looks?
Okay, Look was a song that really describes me as an artist, as an upcoming artist in Nairobi, facing challenges with my parents, also with my peers, because everyone usually wants to kind of take advantage of what you have. So because people don't understand this is also an industry, you also have to eat. You get. So basically it described what I was going through to that particular time.
So, day 1, before we go to more questions to know more about you, in season 4 we decided that we are going to let our guest artist to control the playlist. So we are giving you the privilege to control the playlist and give us the first track you feel from Kenyan artists.
The first track is Karun, Glow Up. It's a song that empowers females, because even if you see the video, there are a lot of upcoming musicians also there that she featured. It's a really inspiring.
Awesome. So tunaenda kugwara Karun with Glow Up, and feature, I think you mean like they were on the video, yeah, just appearance. So up next is Glow Up by Karun.
That was Miss Karun, Glow Up, featuring a few Kenyan artists. And of course, remember to interact with us on social media. Find me on Instagram at Penina_10 and on Twitter, find me at Penina101.
As you already know, I'm already famous, so no need to at me, but you can find me on the social media. Twitter at Ado Veli Radio, Facebook and Instagram is at Ado Veli. JD, so how can guys find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Jaydonthedayone, on Facebook also, and on Twitter. Yeah.
Right. So the last time you were here, tulikuwa na Seven Sun, and he mentioned you as one of the artists in 96 Studios. So how is life so far for you?
Life is okay. There's a lot of sharing of ideas. There's a lot of working. We're working on a lot of music. So expect a lot from us as 96 also.
So talking of we should expect a lot. Currently, what are you working on? Is there an EP, album, or just video?
I've been working on an album for a really long time. It's been around 3 years of making my debut album. It's called Breaking Ice. It's coming out later this year. I still don't have I can't give you a confirmed date yet. But for now, I'm just rolling out some of the singles from the album.
On your Breaking Ice album, have you iko na ngoma mpya peke yake ama you have mixed your previous releases into the album as well?
On my album, I had released 3 songs previously. There was Look and Know It, and there's one called Working on Myself, which I did with a couple of my friends back a while back. But the rest are all new songs.
Speaking of new songs, want you to guara some 2 tracks next from your playlist. So you'll give us the name of the artist and the song. We play them. Then we'll come back with more questions about Jaydonthedayone.
My second song from my playlist is Nene.K, an upcoming rapper. The song is called State of Mind. I chose Nene.K because he's a really lyrical artist. People compare him to J. Cole because he has that style, he has that vibrance J. Cole has. Plus he's really good for our industry right now because he's setting the standard for most rappers, upcoming rappers right now. My third song is by Earlwin called You, featuring Nadra. It's a really good song. Earlwin is a very underground artist right now, who's really, people don't actually show the love for his music as good as his music is right now. People don't really show that appreciation. So that's my third song.
So we're going to play Nene.K, and then that one will be followed up with Earlwin. You know, tumekuwa tukigwara Earlwin hapa na Nene.K. So Ado Veli Podcast has been showing love to this artist, and we are glad we are tuning to Ado Veli Podcast. Up next,
as you can see, be on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to our channel and get in the comment section and tell us what you think about the podcast so far. Apart from that, we are also available on SoundCloud and on iTunes and on Spotify as well.
You can also search Ado Veli Podcast on the interwebs, and you can find us across many platforms where you can stream and also download. Getting back to Jaydonthedayone. So the album, you have said you have produced it yourself. Did you work with any other producers, or it was solely done by you?
I produced 95% of the album. The other 5% was from my other producer, who taught me one of two things about producing. He's produced 2 songs on the album also.
Earlier on, as we were talking about your Breaking Ice album, you mentioned that your album comprises of 15 tracks. Why did you decide on having a 15-track album?
I decided on a 15-track album because it's a traditional way of rolling out albums. Most of the people rolling out albums are doing more than 15. They're actually doing 20, but for us, for a culture in Kenya, we are not used to 15-track albums, so I thought I should do it to set an example to the rest.
Awesome. So want to go for a music break, and would like you to play 2 songs from your playlist. So after that, we'll get to know more about your album and more about your music life. So what are the 2 tracks that you're going to play next?
Okay, the next track will be from Asum Garvey featuring Trabolee, the soul brother, and the next one will be from Phvntom, Bulletproof.
So shout out to man like Asum Garvey and Trabolee. Will be coming through with the soul brother and Phvntom. We'll close that segment with Bulletproof.
That was Phvntom with the track Bulletproof. As you can see, we're still with Jaydonthedayone. Let's continue talking about your Breaking Ice album and tell us if you have featured any other artists in the album or it's solely a solo project.
Okay, I've featured a couple of artists on the album. One is Phvntom from 96. There's Mvnnyfesto. There is Mark the Site. There is Kiki. There's a lot of artists basically. These are very, very, very talented artists. I just had to work with them and promote them because no one is promoting these guys. You can see most of the big artists don't want to collabo with the small artists because I don't know why, but I just had to do it for the culture.
Awesome. So I've heard you mention Kiki. Is the same Kiki or these are new artists called Kiki?
Kiki is an artist I started working with a while back. She's a vocalist, so expect some really big vocals on the album also.
Kindly confirm, ni ule Kiki mmoja ama is a different Kiki?
No, it's a different Kiki.
So, Kenyan music lovers, we are coming to the end of this week's episode. Tumekuwa Ado Veli Podcast on road, round 2 tukiekelea kazi Ngara. We have had our guest Jaydonthedayone. He's having an album that will be dropping real soon. The dates are not out yet, but the album is titled Breaking Ice. So make sure you keep it on Ado Veli Podcast. We'll keep you posted when the album drops. If there will be a listening party, we'll also share that information with you. You can follow him on his social media, alishapatiana Jaydonthedayone across the board. So until next week, same time, same place. Asante sana for tuning in and also watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, and kama una feel to share this video, you can do the same. I've been your host Ado Veli, together with my beautiful co-host Pesh and our guest Jaydonthedayone from 96 Studios all the way in Ngara. Adios.
Peace.
Hey, yo.
Hello. I find myself listening all the time.
New Year with Ado Veli Podcast. Playing Kenyan music.